Hello, greetings. This is Gillesmansillon. I'm so to come back and make a video today to continue to communicate on certain aspects of life. I would say that we cannot feel fear and love in the same time. Love and fear are just two opposite aspects of the same coin, but you can never be on head or tail. It's one or the other. So always choose love. When you see fear, just say to your fear, I love you, and then the fear will disappear, the coin will turn, and we'll move on to love. For true love, it's like the light. The darkness can never penetrate the light. It's just impossible. It can resist, it can create opposition to create shadows, but true lights can never be extinguished by darkness. That's just also the deception that the dark forces have been led to believe that the dark can never win over the light. For it is good to send our light to I was saying the other day on video that when you see people on the streets that are really in difficult situations, just create this spark of light and inside of them so they can see their own divinity without any need to control whatever that happened. Just let it happen. But everybody needs that light. It's not just those who are in deep need that needs light. We can send it to the whole world. We can send it to the core of Mother Earth. We can. It's always very useful to send positive thoughts in the environment. And when we are in communication, we communicate light through words, in a sense, or through verbal, through body communication. In fact, the light is in a sense, when we communicate with someone, is through the words. So we use words intelligently. Be kind with your words. And but when we're not in communication, the light is communicated through thoughts. So keep your thoughts positive. I also want to say that life does not change. Time does not change. Well, maybe it's strange to say that, but divinity is the fourth principle of the eternal law of one. It is that everything changed, but the source that never changed. And you are the source. You are the I am. Just remember, you are the I am. From there is everything else will fall away. For life does not change, but it is our perception of life that change, and it is the circumstances of life that change. And so same thing with time. Time is a constant, it never changes. Yet the Master of Wisdom taught and tells us that the time does not change, but everything that is created changes through time. For we are being guided to learn certain things, and we are being educated. For when we are deeply connected to the divinity within ourselves, when this divinity and this light is solid enough, no shadows will penetrate. They cannot. For fear will drop away as the illusion that it is. As far as time, I wanted to I spoke of that in the French video. It's when there is those groups of beings that's called Time Lords. The advanced higher beings that control all the timelines of the planet, and they're not really so much concerned with individual, yet they are also because we have our own individual guides. But there is this divinity, this goddess I wish to salute today. Her name is Mat. Mat is the only Egyptian divinity that is always seated because she's a time lord. And when you see a little white feathers falling from the sky that's dropped from a bird, we can think of angels because we think angels can have wings. But in essence, it is the symbol of Mat. It is a point of connection to this timeless reality of spirit, and our function in the process of incarnation, in the transmutation of souls, is that when we pass through, she has to wait. Our heart has to be as light as a white feather. So it's just keep your heart very light and process all those things. Do not judge yourself, but process those things. And when you see a white feathers, just you can connect to her. This goddess. She's a beautiful divine being, and she will assist you. Before when we authorize spirit to assist us, just to come in contact with us, they will bring certain energies and information. And so I'm going to pull a few cards from the Voyager Tarot. Express a few more ideas. For all my everything is coming together for me. It's very soon. If you want a private session, I recommend you send me an email now, because as soon I won't be able to do that. There is so much that is happening, coming together. I cannot talk about it because I have to be discreet about it. Everything will reveal itself in time. But I'm very grateful. The Spirit was right that everything that I ever wanted is coming together in this alignment. First you find the alignment, then we move into action. First we find the alignment, and then whatever we have to do, first we have to seek the alignment, because when we we think, we talk, and we act from the alignment, it is so much more enjoyable and powerful. If we think, we speak, and we act from outside the alignment, we never know what's going to happen. So get the alignment first and then move. Just common wisdom. For the situation is the seer. It is the sensor, the woman of wand. It's about seeing, feeling the what's going on beyond the veil, behind the mask, behind the facade. There is all this facade that is going on, but there is a deep inner world that is going on within, and so it is important to learn to feel more and think less. What comes around the situation, and in this, we have a lot of the same cards that we had in the French reading, is the card of synergy. It's about letting go of fear, so everything can fuse together, connect together, becoming one. What we see before us in our conscious mind is the hermit. It is about being true to ourselves. It's about enjoying our own company. It's about enjoying the company of others. It's about showing the light to others. It's about holding the torch of truth. It's about staying on our path and being true to ourselves. What we have in our subconscious, which is the distant past, is the Six of Wands. So it is about trust. It's like we have to trust. It's very, very important to trust. The more we trust, I've chosen a path of trust, and my master guide told me it is very significant to choose a path of trust in spirit, trust in God, trust in your higher self, and then the more we can trust, the more our faith becomes strong, the faster we are able to come into this alignment. Where we are now is nurturing. We are nurturing ourselves. We have to nurture ourselves. We have to take care of our health. We have to take care of by taking care of our health, we will definitely heal our emotional body as well. What's coming up in the near future is oppression. Oppression comes because we have to aspire. We have to let go of the expectations of others in order to get into this alignment, and from there we'll find our empowerment. As we do that, we will find reflection. It means that it is winter. We have to wait. It's no use to plant seeds right now. Sometimes patience, and to allow things to unfold slowly, to focus on the breathing, to find the contentment within the void, and then from there, so our energy will settle, will stabilize, and so it's about learning patience. It is important not to be in a hurry, yet when things happen, we have to move forward, and we are processing the sorrow. We have to learn to process that, not to hold on to it, but to accept it. When there is a wave of negative emotion, what we call negative emotion, or something that's just a part of us that is wounded, that is calling us to be healed. And so just understand that it is not a punishment; it is just something that needs to be released. And from there we'll find compassion, the love. We can love ourselves. The compassion starts with the love you can give to yourself. Whatever love you expect from others, you have to be able to give it to yourself first. And then from there we'll be able to expand to selflessly into the world. With the strengths we have in the situation we are represented is the woman of world. It is the preserver. It's about putting our energy into the things that have meaning for us. It's about rebirthing. What's coming to us from the outside world is success, inner and outer success, the alignment of planets that makes it that makes this powerful connection. That this success is well earned and deserved, and we're going to be moving into this new phase of life. So always seek the center, the peace inside before. Because the world is going to be transformed in such a way, many people will be shocked. But if you're prepared, you will be able to. You will not be shocked, and you will be able to assist your environment around you. And in our inner emotion, we have dullness. Dullness is the power of mineral. It's mineral. It doesn't sound very exciting to be a mineral, but it's very stable. It's very solid. It's got a lot of advantages. But it's not maybe fun, but it's very stable. It's very once we master that, we master the stillness. Although it may be dull, it may sound as there's nothing going on emotionally or intellectually. It's about being to find the peace within the void, the peace within the peace within the absence of needing to act or to see or to just because things comes when there is no more expectation. For we have to have positive expectation. It is important to have always positive expectation, but not to be anxious about it. Then we will find inner emotion. We'll find the achiever. It is the man of world. It is all the success we've ever wanted. It's the number one. It's the Colosseum. Here we have the man on the moon. We have the Rolls Royce, the mastery of the air through the planes. We have even the world of corporate. If for it is hierarchical forms, but if it's ethical, there is there is a sense in integrating that. There's nothing wrong about all the structure of society we've created. There's certain things that are wrong. Bring that brief comment on that, and then the outcome. So it's about we'll find this inner. Once we accept the dullness, we'll find the achiever will be able to achieve so much by not having to do so much, because it's going to be a natural unfoldment, and the outcome is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the master of wisdom. It is Lord Buddha here. It is the elephant, the strength of the elephant, and it's the mastery. See the moon representing the emotion. Here the Buddha has mastered the emotion. This is no longer we can't really we have to our emotional body is very essential. It can be negative, but it's also what brings us to joy and happiness. So it's for emotion can be many things. I wanted to discuss briefly the idea of the South Pole. There is North Pole and South Pole on the Earth, polarized, and there is an inner world called Agartha. I will discuss that. And the access point is through the North Pole, but there are many access points. I know a few of them in the northern hemisphere. I'm sure there is some in the southern hemisphere as well, like Mount Shasta or the direct gateway to this inner world that is a crystal world of Shambhala, Talos. It's a crystal cities. They are the descendant of Lemuria. They are advanced galactical beings, but never try to access this through the South Pole. For in the South Pole, there's these great cavities that were given to all the demons that were there to find them a location, and so it's what we would call hell. And so all of them are here. And during the time of Atlantis, it's the first fall of Atlantis, because men were trying to pull out they went to get those demons out, and that's what the dwellers, or let's just ask for the mighty messengers to destroy and shatter the society, because those demons had to be sent back down. And so there is this great cavity, what we call hell, is located on the South Pole. And there was a story that was told that at the end of World War II, there was some very advanced faction of the Nazis that migrated to a cavity, to this cavity, at the entrance of this cavity, creating a city called New Berlin. And they're still there because their agenda was quite aligned with the demons. And they're still there. So there is this, everything will be cleansed in time, but it's not for you unless you are called to go there with so much light to assist this world. Otherwise, just leave it alone. Don't even bother going there. When it said that the will of man is often going against the will of God, and for that it's like, but there come a point in time where God will intervene. It's enough is enough. There's like environmental restrictions, but the change will have to come through the shattering of all the economical and monetary systems of the world. Why? Because the paper money we use now is complete illusion. There is nothing to back it up. In a true economy, if you want to use bills, currencies like a current, it flows, but it has to be backed up by gold, silver, platinum, diamond, something that is real, that gives the value of those paper. Otherwise, it is the way they're doing it now. It's like they're going to print, and so we're going to go billion, trillion, quadrillion, quintillions. But then it's like, and then those people who are creating this money are becoming quintillionaires. But there's like everybody else is left out with pennies, and it's like completely insane. And God is tired of that. So there will be an intervention, and if necessary, the whole economy will have to fail to be replaced by certain currencies that will be backed by gold and silvers. We're going to return to these gold standards, and so, but we have to be prepared, because it's like it's going to shake the world. So it was supposed to happen in 2001, but it was prevented from happening because of some of the events that happened then. So, but it's mostly about focusing on joy. If you're prepared, if you're aligned, then those things will not affect us. We will be preserved. We will be for once we're connected to this force of the divine within ourselves. It's more powerful than a million suns. There is nothing more powerful than God in the universe. We may not know that, but this God is also, a lot of people know that, but we haven't really been able to to connect to that and in such a way that our power is fused with the power of the divine, at which point once our own consciousness is fused with that of the I am presence, the divine, nothing will be able to resist the love that can be broadcasted, and magical events will happen that will just have to be. And even then, we are contemplative to what is going on. Even if it comes from us, it is just the divinity that is acting through us, and it is not the conscious mind. That's why we have to feel and to learn to feel to see what feels right, and let go a little bit of the mental process. Yet keep things in balance. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. This is a pastel. That was a part of a series of pastels that I did in 2003 about the I Ching, about 64 pastels. This one is number 59. It's called Dissolution. It is the image of the wind over the lake. After joy comes dispersion, dissolution. And after that comes the limitation, after that comes the inner truth, after that comes... the path of the I Ching is very, very wise. It's an old book. It's started... the invention of those trigrams, it's like 10,000 years ago, and then they were arranged, and it's a very wise book. When you want an oracle, I recommend the I Ching. You ask the I Ching for advice. It will always give you the right attitude in relationship to things. And this is called snow. It's a Christmas tree. I showed it the other day, but I balanced it out. I added up some more snow. The only thing I'm going to work on is the little star on top to make it brighter. For the star on top of the Christmas tree represents the I am presence that dominates all the spheres that are below, symbolically. I'm going to pull 4 more cards. I'm going to sing a little song. It's an old song from the 1950s, I think, from a band called the Drifters. It goes like this. Oh, when the sun beats down and burns up tar upon the roof, and your shoes get so hot you wish your tired feet were fireproof. And the boardwalk down by the sea, on a blanket with my baby is where I'll be. Under the boardwalk, out of the sun, under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun. Under the boardwalk, people walking above. Under the boardwalk, we'll be falling in love. Under the boardwalk, boardwalk. From the park you hear the happy sound of the carousel, and you can almost taste the hot dog and French fries they sell. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, on a blanket with my baby is where I'll be. Under the boardwalk, out of the sun, under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun. Under the boardwalk, people walking above. Under the boardwalk, we'll be falling in love. Under the boardwalk, boardwalk. That's a fun song. I used to live in Santa Monica. I had a gallery there. It's called Boardwalk here there. Well, it's mostly in Venice, but be careful if you're under a boardwalk. It's like there is a hole in there, so people can drop things. So just protect yourself. In the 1950s, we were like very completely. There was this great deal of freedom that we felt. It was a very, very creative time as well. 50s, 60s, 70s. We are still in the creative time, but we have different challenges. There's different aspect of life that is showing up now. So, what is the highest wisdom? Is achievement. What is it we need to understand is responsibility. We have the responsibility to follow our own heart and pass, to follow our heart and to follow our path. What we need to do is destiny. We are moving into this destiny, and the outcome will be the higher self. We're going to become our higher self. We already are our higher self. It's just about bringing more of this light, allowing more of our soul and spirit and soul family, soul group to be connected, and once to connect, to be seated within our I am presence as much as possible, to liberate anything that prevents us from being free, from being happy. Well, I hope this was interesting. I wish you a wonderful day. I thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.